Should we double check that's working? Hopefully. I mean, oh, the sounds are working. Nice. I hear something running around upstairs, which is not fun. Live. Hopefully it's this one that's live. It is. There we go. Right, let's turn that off so you can't hear me twice. Make sure I've got the right chat up actually. I should probably get used to getting all this stuff fixed before I start. This is the one. Delete. That's the right one. Cool. We are looking good. Let's pop out the chat. So if anyone does come, I can see what they're saying. And then I should be good to go. Let me just put out this post here. Nice, nice, nice. We'll have a look at SoRare as well. We'll have a look at everything. Now let's check that this is all good. I really need to sort out these camera settings. Not that one. I want to make sure this pops up on there, because it should do. There we go. Cooking. Cooking. Okay, right. Should have another box there. That can go there. What? Zero frames dropped. Okay. Let's see how it goes then. So, we had a game earlier today. We did have our game earlier today. Aspirants Cup, was that a friendly? I think some of my players played in a friendly as well. Interestingly enough. So, we won. We had our first game. Let me just make sure this is all good. Hopefully. What I'll try and do as well is I'll probably videos. What I'll probably try and do is, can I see the analytics? Nope, I don't care about that. He doesn't seem to be doing what I wanted to do. Which is very upsetting. Why does the camera look so odd? Let's get that fixed to begin with. Right. Does that make it better? Oh, that does not make it better. Ooh. May I turn that down? It just looks very bland then. Like there's a bit of colour at least. Maybe we want to be about there. What about turn this down? Doesn't seem to affect it too much. There we go. That looks better. Correct this at 1, 2. Now we look better. And hopefully this should all work. So what we're going to do is, let me start off by, got the chat there, got the webcam settings. Let's save that. Let's save that. We can actually now have a look at some MFL. If this all works, which it has done. Okay, good. Nice. So we won. We had our games yesterday, which we lost the first one. Excuse me, frustratingly. We shouldn't have lost this one. It was a 3-2 defeat. And the stats, yeah, we had an extra XG over them. Our keeper just didn't have a good game. But then on the contrast, I can't really complain too much. I mean, he's looking good. I can't really complain too much because we had a cup today where he got a 9.2. So he was unreal. The team is probably the best it's been, to be honest. So, yeah. This guy's doing well as well. I don't know, where is he in his league actually? Let's have a look. Yeah, he's third as well, so we're both pretty similar. He stands a better chance of promotion than me. What I need to try and do, however, is get to a point, because I don't know what to do with the league, to be honest with you. Do I go for the cup, or do I try and go for the league? Like, the form hasn't been great. We lost 6-2. We then also lost 3-1. So it's like, do I go for the league or do I throw it all in to go for the cup? But yeah, I don't know. Evening, Pep Teta. How are you doing today? How was your let's have a quick look. How have your games gone? I can't wait until they add a feature so I can just like have every single club and see how everyone's doing. Have you had any games yet? Oh no, of course you haven't. You've just got the players in at the moment, don't you? Which is quite fun. You've got so many players. Well, 22 is pretty good. So you're gonna pick up. Are you gonna pick up the like the starter club? So obviously the one in the store here. Are you gonna pick up the club pack, or are you gonna buy one off the marketplace? Are there any good ones listed? The River Otters. Because I'm really considering, do I go for that club pack at the end of the season? Or do I just keep the players I've got? Because I've got some players here. Like, okay, Leduc can probably play nice, but realistically, these guys can't. So do I buy a Spark Club and, you know, wait until I get the club pack with the bonus? Or what do I do? So, I don't know. What are you going to do? Are you thinking of buying the club then, or the pack? You're gonna get the club pack, nice. Yeah, to be fair, looking at the players that you've got, I think the club pack will be nice, being an ice. Because I think at the moment, yeah, if we go back to you, like, you should be solid in, especially with a couple loans as well. Like, you've got enough. What are some of the players you've got? I always love scouting people's players. I should probably close down some of these tabs, shouldn't I? There we go. This guy is banging. 25, 74 shooting on a strike is absolutely nuts. And he's not had any progression yet. Did you pack him? You bought him for $10. The thing is, I need a good striker. So I'm probably going to be looking for one of them. What I've done, which is actually quite sad, is I built a Google sheet of all of my clubs that I have. Yeah, that's so good for $10. What's he worth? He's got to be worth more than that, surely. I would think he's worth 15. Probably. Oh, he is about $10. I just don't see the thing about young players. Like, I know so many people are like, oh, they try and sell their old players. But for me, yeah, it's the young players. So I built this last night. Basically, it's got all the players that I've currently got that I'm going to put in. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players. And these are all the players I need to pick up either on loan or purchase. And then we've got the second team. We've got the players we've got. We've got more for the second one, but I've already got this club. And then the third team, which is very bare bones. So I don't know if I'm actually going to fill this out. But Star Strike is someone that I need. So that is a banging deal. Let's have a look at some of your other players. I've yapped on about this guy for too long. Payne. Nice. Did you open any packs, or were you purely you just purchase 2 and 2? Ferrari. 63 pace. That's just a solid midfielder. What'd you get him for? $4. Yeah, you can't, like, you've got pretty solid players, and especially the fact that you can then get them in yourself. Henning. The only one you can get a loan for. No, but they do look... And you've got enough decent players in each... If we filter by position... Look, you've got your starting goalkeeper, you've got your backup. That right back can do a job, that left back can. This centre-back probably can't. More of a filling player. This centre-back definitely can. This one definitely can. Got decent packs, sold them to build a squad. Yeah, so my starter packs... I also bought packs in the pack drop, to be fair. And in the pack drop, I packed this guy, who I sold for $3, a winger with 34 shooting. okay, he's 19, but he's never going to be good enough. And then I packed this guy, a 62 rated 23-year-old striker. I just thought, I'm not going to use him. He's going to be 24 next season. I may as well just take the cash. And then in my starter packs, I packed this guy, who is the best player. He's my favourite player by far. He's scored 16 goals and 4 assists in 13 games. He's absolutely cracked. This goalkeeper, who's like my second best player. Who else did I get actually? I got them two. I think I want to say I packed Petrov. I packed Zimmerman. Toussaint, Petrov, Zimmerman, Svante, Mohamed, and Andren. And I think I bought the rest. Yeah, I did. I mean, I was very, very happy with it. But I think the packs, when I got them, were slightly better odds at the start of the season. Or I bought them this time last season. Like, you could get... Because... limiteds weren't a thing yet. Essentially, it didn't really matter what rating they were. This guy is someone that I picked up to hopefully go into the squad. I just think that 24, 25-year-old players are just so much better value, which is kind of what I'm going to look to find today. The main one that I do want is that star striker. Like if you go to 24 to 27, maybe? I think it's just going to be best to wait until the start of next season. When is the end of this season? Pre-contracts open on Thursday. So I've got a game then, 2 games there, game there, and then it's games every day now until this, if I get to the final obviously, until reward day. But reward day is going to be where the prices drop. So I may just hold out until then. Yeah, pre-contracts opening on Thursday will be nice. I wonder if they'll do anything in the pre-season. They've mentioned that they're thinking about doing stuff for it, but not as of yet. Have we got any other boys playing tonight? We've got a few Redemption Cups at 8 o'clock. I got one Redemption Cup Tier 1, Redemption Cup Tier 2, and Redemption Cup Tier 3. Redemption Cup 2, I've learned a lot to them. I'm guessing the Redemption Cup 1. Did I know anyone to Redemption Cup 1? No, I don't think I did. I mean, I was very much thinking about getting into the Redemption Cup, but I should probably hold out now that Spark is obviously going. Do we know how many Spark clubs there are yet? Probably be on MFL Assistant, won't it? Assistant. Let me in. Let's have a look. 780. So since I last checked, there's been 80 clubs bought. It's just gone up. Like the squeeze on players is massive. I'm trying to get my brother to play, but he doesn't seem as interested at the moment. I'd love him to be, but he isn't quite there. It is exactly a bubble right now, the market, but not the game. I can promise you that. What would it have to take for you to actually buy a club? I know I keep going on about it to you, Max. What would it actually take? Did we say like if it went down to like, was it 40? I wonder how they've got this data. So I can get you on the API. It shows you the average age of players. The average age is 23, yeah. If you can get a 24-year-old, because Is no one on 31 yet? Because players retire between 35 and 37 on average. Or it is 35 on average, but... It shows you how many clubs are in each area. I want a Bournemouth club. But there's only 3 of them. There's Poole as well, but... It's not on the map. No, I messaged the... I might see again. I'm going to put another message in. I'll put another message in the MFL Discord. Because I want to get on the API. Let's have a look. People are always already going at contract negotiations for next year, which is crazy. Stats, archives, I just want the general. Where's the general chat there? Is Yax on today? Because there's no point in me putting the message if Yax isn't even working. Yeah, he's not. But this guy's probably clearly got it. Cambridge. Where's Cambridge? Because I know Flindle has a Cambridge club, but he was given that by MFL. I want Bournemouth. I'm pretty sure like London is like the most popular one. And they go for so much. They haven't got them all on there yet anyway. Glasgow. Yeah, 212 England clubs. It's annoying that you can't always choose them, but what can you do? Player sell volume. So yeah, as much as I want to buy them other players, I don't know if I can justify it yet. Is there like a certain location that you want to get for the club? Because what you can do, what I've seen people do is, and I know Neventez does this, is on the marketplace you can buy, like if you really, really want an area, you can just buy club licenses. So like, I don't know, if you want, I don't see why anyone would want, like, pay that much money for it. But like if someone was from Rotherham, let's say, there isn't a Bournemouth one on here. Memphis, Santos. So you could do that if you want, but I think they're just really overpriced. But taking the gamble is quite fun on the club pack that you get. I obviously got Lille, which has probably got a bit of value to it. Just getting the club licenses. Yeah, like some of these, Poland, Spain. Apparently they were thinking, oh, I've heard people say that they'll do Turin. I'd love the Turin one. There was a Turin club actually. But now I've kind of got the club. I could just buy a, because there is still a Bournemouth one that's listed. Where is it? England. Bear with me one sec. Because, yeah, where was I looking? But they just charge... The thing is with the Bournemouth one is, okay, they're charging 160 for it. But they are in iron. So it's kind of like, okay, that makes it a bit more fair. Put this over there. Because what's their rev share like? I bet it's ridiculously high. 64%. It doesn't show how much of it is clauses. Oh, it's not. 20%. Thing is, if I was to do this, I would have to have... Yeah, anyone in the UK, that's the thing. I was kind of like, oh, I'm not sure. And then obviously I got Lille. What's my other one? Colombia. I didn't know anything about this place, so I literally just ChatGPT'd it. It created a badge for me, gave me a good name, Los Andes FC. I was like, yeah, that'll do. I think a lot of people do that, to be fair. Now, let me have a quick look, actually. Peteta. Have any of your players got some games coming up? They probably will do. Can you see? I don't think I can see. Is there a way to sort? Ice probably won't. Spark may do. Because my players are now done for the day. Which is always just annoying when you get a day like this. Yeah, 8 o'clock is a long time to wait for it. What were we looking at the other day as well in Discord was people were making kits for their club. Because there's like so many sites where you can generate a kit. I feel like if you got that attached to it, which I think a lot of people do, to be fair. $7:20 onwards. What's the time now? 6 o'clock. Yeah, I think that's what time it starts this evening. Redemption Cup, because there's Redemption Cup 1, Redemption Cup 2. I don't know if Redemption Cup 2 is playing today, or Redemption Cup 1. Wrong tab. Play Empire FC. Yeah, 7 o'clock. The thing is, some of the teams in the Redemption Cup, so like Pranksy, for example, some teams are just ridiculously good. Has Pranksy won all his games? Pranksy, yeah, he has. It's only 9 goal difference. But like, if you look at the squad that he's got, like, that should not be competing in the Redemption Cup. The fact this is going to be in Spark next season is going to walk the league. Like, he's got this guy, a 24-year-old left back. How much did he pay for him? Oh, he packed him. Okay. I think he's just waiting for the prices to drop as well. But like, what was that one guy? What's that one guy's club that's... Because Tier 1 are obviously the best. Because that's how it's done. Yeah. I know. I mean, the fact that they're being seeded in ice, it's going to take a season or two just to like filter out. I mean, he should be in like stone with that team at minimum. And he's only going to spend more money. Rivals Cup, Tier 4. So how are they in the Redemption Rivals Cup? Oh, so they weren't able to enter the league. Got it. Like, look at this. What is this? This guy's almost a legendary. Wait. He paid $9 for him. When? How? That guy's never been sold. How can that guy cost $9? That guy's been packed. This guy's probably just opened a ton of packs, then, isn't he? This guy's he bought. Yeah, like this guy he paid $100 for. Yeah, 80 shooting. He is pretty good, to be fair. Let's have a look if there's any new listings that I could feasibly buy. Like, this card just isn't worth $12. No. I've got like limits on what I want to pay. This guy could be worth it. This guy could definitely be worth it. I need a new right back. He's a 9 as well. I quite like this pickup. I don't know. 70, what's his stats? 70 pace, 66 dribbling. His passing isn't great. He's 5'10", he's 24. The thing is, how much am I looking at other right backs? For 64, if we go 63 and above. Low to high, they're at least age. We want a maximum of 27. Maybe he's not worth it then. That guy's 27. 27. 6. Yeah, maybe I can actually just pick up. Like, the thing is, some of these players next season, I don't know. I just thought that didn't look too bad at the face of it. This guy, 24. The next cheapest one is there any? He's the cheapest 24-year-old, but maybe that's just bordering on the level of like overinflated prices. Because I could buy someone who's already tier broken. Like, this guy's already had good progress. Because this is the thing is, next season this is the kind of player that I'm gonna need, like limiteds bordering on uncommons, to really actually like get my squad going. $18. Again, I think I'm just gonna wait for the supply to increase. I really don't know what to do with my packs though. Oh yeah, 60 to 65 is 100% okay for Spark. My logic kind of is like 60 to 65 for Spark. Well, 60 to 65 is probably good enough for Ice. Like, not being funny, you look at my squad, right? So I've got, if you look at my weaker of the two teams, right? And this will kind of give you an indication. So I'm not great, like I'm 9th. I'm not great, but I'm not the worst team. This team is horrific. I'm not great, but I'm not the worst team. My highest rated player is, yeah, it doesn't say it on here. Zimmerman is 65 as a left winger. I don't have a single player above 60. So if you're 60 to 65 in the division below me, I think you'll do fine. The only reason I bought this team is because, I mean, that rev share is my player. I get 100% of the revenue. And this is why I'm thinking maybe trying to fill out 3 squads might be a step too far. It's more just what I do with these packs. I think I go for the limited and then maybe just the uncommons as well. Or maybe I just go, the limited and the common. Or maybe I'll just go 6 commons. I don't really know. Because I know that, like, if I try and work out how much revenue share I'm going to get, 20.7 I lose. How are you today, Michael? Have you had a look at any clubs or anything, or anything like that? I'm going to have a look in a sec for you if you want, about the best way for you to start. Just having a look at through my teams at the moment. I'll hit all of these. The thing is, all of these contracts I'll hit the requirement for. Like, I've already played 3. Townsend's got it because we're just over halfway through the season. But like the overall, the players that I've got 6 that are uncommon. Like, you look at these players here, 1, 2, 3, 4. The players that I don't own. So obviously I'll lose that revenue. And I could obviously still bring in good players next season and try and push for promotion. This team's, to be fair, and this team's only defeat this season. But this team's absolutely flying. So I've got a game tomorrow at 7:05. I've already set the tactic for it. Because I was worried that they'd go into... Because I didn't even realise I had the game today. And then this... I think I'm just best, to be honest. As much as I want to. Oh yeah, is it Man United versus City? 0-0. Who's been the better team? Because obviously City are now without Haaland, aren't they? Cheers, mate. Thank you for liking the stream. I think it helps, because when people liked the stream last time, there would just seem to be loads more people that would come in and watch. But I don't really know, to be honest. How's your Soro getting on? Mine's not too great. I'll show it in a second. Yeah, mine's not going too well. Let me just pull this up here. Because my... Yeah, I mean, 0-0s tend to be boring, don't they? There's not too much you can do about them. Let me pull up my server, actually. I'll take out one of these many tabs I've got. I've got server a second. I think I'm just going to look to... Yeah, look, 0 rewards. I've put out 3 lineups. I'm getting relegated in 1. So sad. I sold out of MLS and just was like, you know what? Top 99%. Oh, Quintera DMP. Another DMP. Oh my god. My goalkeeper got 2. That is just absolutely stinking. That is the worst set of lineups I have ever seen. That is so bad. I'm genuinely shocked at... I'm just going to leave that there. Thing is, Rosario won. I didn't play Quintana because I thought he was injured, which apparently he wasn't. I hope you didn't have... So, 2 of my teams are getting relegated. No, I sold my MLS. I've got a few cards left selling. But most of it sold, like 1, 2... Just because I wasn't enjoying it as much. And, like, I stay up late enough as it is. I don't need to stay up any later to watch the MLS. And so that's kind of why I've gone for... just contender instead. Okay, this week has been really bad. See you later, Pep Teta. Contender has been really, really bad. But it's usually not that bad. Yeah, how are you doing? Let me have a look. I'll Sarah data it. Have you had any ideas what you're going to call your club yet? Are you going to go for the Leeds theme still? Or are you going to do it like based on the location that you get? Yeah, £4. I can't wait for the Prem next season because I'm going to go Prem, definitely. Prem, Contender, maybe Challenger. Nathan Collins, that's big. Yuri Tielemans. Brennan Johnson captain is huge. Because Southampton are now the first official team relegated, aren't they? But yeah, I've taken some of my funds out and put them onto MFL, or I will do. Just looking for players now to try and sign in preparation for next season. scouting. So you're gonna go? Is that You're gonna go for Leeds. There is a guy who already does Leeds on here. To be fair, he's got every single team he's got is Leeds. Obviously, if you get Leeds, there's Leeds United, Leeds Academy. This is another random guy, Billy Bremer. This guy, he's got like one of the biggest clubs, I think. Does he? Yeah, I just wasn't enjoying it as much. Yeah, this guy's got just all of his clubs are Leeds, which is quite cool. I think I just get more fun from MFL at the moment because it's like, okay, every day there's something to do. And I can spend hours every day just like chilling, looking at games. I sold this guy. Hopefully he's not done too well. Oh, is he playing now? Or are there games playing? No, these are the ones today. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's whatever you want to do, but I was just like, I'm just gonna sell MLS. Dallas were doing okay, but did Dallas play last night? This is where Dallas won. 1-1. Who scored? Petar Musa. So yeah. And how did Portland do? Portland were the other team that I had. No, not Portland United. I played there. Portland Timbers. Yeah, 0-0. Who's even playing for them? Felipe Mora, Anthony Deodala, David Acosta, Ortiz, Mosquera, Pantemis. I wonder how long till Krapau's back in goal. I don't think it'll be too long. But yeah, what I was going to do actually is I'm going to record this whilst I do it. So obviously we mentioned, Michael, that San Diego. Are they? Let me have a look at them first. Oh yeah, they are flying. Tverskov, Chucky. I was going to buy Chucky Lozano before I sold out when he was injured. Seattle, yeah. Columbus, Inter Miami, Philadelphia. Inter Miami have played so few games. Vancouver is still doing well. Who's down the bottom? Galaxy's still a shocking. That's so funny that they went from winning it all last season to bottom. Is Real Salt Lake as well. Ugh. Joseph Painter's back as well now. He was injured for ages, wasn't he? So yeah, so what I was going to do is I'll have a take a look at this then. And then I'm going to look through. Mark Travers was big, wasn't he, in that last game? Leeds next. You're going to put Mark Travers in goal against Leeds. Keep yawning. It's so bad. A Burnley top was that? Wow. Did you play yesterday or today? Luton. That's tough. Luton are down the bottom, aren't they? I could sell my Dallas and invest into Dallas. Do you mean San Diego? Police car goes past. Sheffield United lost. Sunderland. I think looking at the championship here, it's going to be 3 of these 4, isn't it, that go up? Burnley will probably go straight up. if you can get ahead of Sheffield United, that's really big. And then I think Borough have been good. Coventry, they've just slipped out. Bristol City, they're quietly doing okay. I haven't watched any of the Championship this season, to be fair. Boyer Science, Joel Peru, Josh Sargent. So how are Norwich scoring so many goals, but are they just conceding so many goals? Or is it just them two? And who's going to come up, actually? Now we're getting to the end of the season. Sheffield United play Burnley soon. Yeah, that's a big game. Where is it? Is it at Turf Moor? United vs Burnley. I've been to Turf Moor a couple of times. It is. I actually really like the ground. That's a big game. That's a really big game. Right, I keep getting distracted by the Championship. What I was going to talk about then. So obviously, you said that you're looking to pick up a club. Obviously, you said on Thursday what the options are for yourself, whether you buy that club pack or you buy a club that has already been made, essentially. So at this point in the season, you've obviously got the two options. You buy the club pack and you wait until the start of season 5 because it'll be a fresh club, they're not registered in any competitions. Or the second option you've got is you buy one of these clubs that is already listed and you start playing from there. So, for example, I don't know if this club's going to be registered at all. No, this one's not. Looking to sell. Let's go to low to high. I think this one, for example, is already registered. Yeah, so this one's in a league. So if you wanted to start playing straight away, you could say buy this club and you'll take over managing from this point in the division. Obviously 13 games are played, it's a 22 game season. So you could do that if you wanted to. That's your first option if you want to get right in now. That's essentially the only way that you can do so. Something to consider as well is you get rewards based on how the team does. So if you were to buy this team and then play with them for the rest of the season, you'll obviously get the earnings that they get from the club. Something to be key or something to note is that the revenue share, so whatever this figure is how much of the revenue you'll give away. It says 86.5%, 47% of that is clauses, so if players play so many games, they'll obviously pay less than that. But that's your first option. One thing to note though is if you were to do this, at the end of the season, all of these players go back to their original owners. So you don't get the players that come with the club. The way that players work is you will own the players and lend them to or loan them to the club. So the new season, as you put in the chat there, starts on, let me pull it up here. I should know this, having done it so many times, but I can never ever find where the schedule is. So the new season ends. So the current season, we are on April 6th. The current season ends, so rewards day is the 17th. So rollover day I will assume be the 21st. So the 21st of April is essentially the day where the new season starts. So can you earn money? It's not like you will directly earn cash like you do in So Rare, okay? There's only two things that you obviously buy your club for cash, and you can sell your club for cash if you get promoted. So if you do a really, really good job managing your club, you pay your $80 for it, whatever you pay for it. You can buy your club and then sell it for let's have a look at the clubs in the higher divisions. So there's clubs here in the top divisions that are being sold for 1.1 thousand. Obviously, these are probably not going to be bought out, the other ones, because they're so high. But you can make profit that way. You don't get paid directly cash from MFL. It'd just be through selling either your club, or the other option that you can do is players are bought and sold for cash. So if we go to me, for example, so the most recent guy that I've sold, I bought him for $2, sold him for $4 when his price was higher. More demand in the market. A shorter term example, this guy I bought for $7, sold him 2 days later for $11. So you can obviously make money that way. You won't ever get paid out directly from MFL. The way that they pay rewards is through something, they call it MFL. If we go to Ice League here, so at the end of the season, you win MFL, right? So I can win up to 5,000 if I win the league. I probably won't. Let's say I finish third, which is most likely. I'm giving away 20%, which will be 3,700. Let's say I earn about 3,000 from this club. I'm also currently competing in the cup as well. So I go to the cup here. I've currently made it through to the quarterfinal, selling 700. Selling 4.4 thousand from my first club. I'll obviously pay the 20% and then keep the rest. So about 3.6 or so. I then have a second club here, which isn't doing as well. Sat down here in 9th, so I'm not going to earn as much from that one. Let's have a look and say it's 2.3. So let's say I earn, I don't know, 6k in total from both my clubs combined. What I can do with that MFL is you can buy player packs. So let's say, for example, I get I get 6,000 MFL from this season. I can then buy 2 limited packs and get limited players. Obviously, the price is going to vary based on the age, position, and overall ratings. So they can be anywhere between 55 and 64 in this pack. The other day there was a pack drop, and I got a guaranteed limited player. The one that I packed was this guy here, Janos Nagy, 23 years old, so an alright age, 62, which is a good rating for that, and I sold him for $18. So that gives you like an idea. One thing to consider though is essentially if you want to climb up the leagues, you probably have to spend some money to get the better players. And every time you go up a division, so I'm currently in Ice, if I get promoted to Stone, the reward pool essentially doubles. So whereas at the moment the bottom team can earn 2,500 or something like that, the top team earns 5,000. If you go up a division, it goes to 5,000 to 10,000, and then 10,000 to 20,000, roughly along those lines. Obviously the figures will change, but so the higher you go, the more MFL you earn. The more MFL you earn, the better players you can get in the packs, and the more packs that you can get. So it's essentially whatever strategy that you want to go for, that's how you can kind of do it. So if you've got any questions with that, obviously let me know. But that's why some people will say buy cheap players and sell them for more, and other players will like to buy the expensive ones and get higher rewards. Another thing to consider is with your players, that in this game there is progression. So let's take, for example, my best guy here. So I packed him in my starter pack at 66 overall. In the last 2 seasons, so I didn't actually play any games last year, but in the last 2 seasons he has gone up 3 ratings. So his price is obviously going to increase. But as he gets older, his value will drop. So if you get a good player that you play a lot, they have good potential, you can obviously then train them up and sell them with profit. But it's equally as likely that a player that you buy, say for example, if we take a player that I've had for like Kasim Jalal, he hasn't had any progression, but he'll be 2 years older. So I could have sold him for $23. Okay, now I can't. Oh, sorry, I could have sold him at 23. I didn't. Now obviously at 25 he's going to be worth less. So if I'd sold him at the start, it would have been cheaper. But at the same time, I need a goalkeeper to use. He's helped me MFL. So it's kind of that balance. I don't think people look at this game as a way to earn money as much as people do So Rare, because obviously in So Rare, rewards are tied to, so you can earn money for buying, so you can earn money by using MFL points to buy packs and sell that player for cash. Yes, essentially, that is one way that you can do it. But you also then got to consider, if you pack a player, do you then want to use them in your club next season? So I think I'm probably going to use the limited players I get, unless I think I can sell them for cash and get better use for that cash elsewhere. So it's kind of always balancing that point. Whilst, yeah, you buy the players for packs, or you buy the packs with the players in, and then you sell them for cash. That's essentially the only way that you can earn it, from selling to other players rather than from the site themselves. But there's definitely examples of players that have had a really, really good growth. So Big Wilbur has a player. Let's have a look here. Big Wilbur is like the biggest account on the game. He's the biggest agency. He owns something like 900 players. And obviously some of the players that he's got, this guy here, so he will have, has he trained this guy up? So he packed this guy using his rewards and has trained him up to be 97 overall. It'll give you a rough valuation. Actually, it probably won't do, because not many players have been sold at this rating. So this left back here, I would assume that's not the guy. Where is the guy I'm looking for? 3645. 3645. So, okay, well, the price isn't even available. So let's go for someone who's slightly cheaper than that. Let's go to this guy here. So he bought him. Has he bought the guy? Or did he pack him? But you can essentially build up an agency just by being wise in the market. So he bought him for $380. He's gone up a few ratings. He's currently priced at just over $1,000. So obviously, but this guy is the biggest player in the game. He spent a lot of money on it buying the players in the first place. But like people always say, once you've bought your club, you've bought your club. You've got it every season. I don't think MFL will ever go to a model where you win cash. I think MFL will always be you win MFL. I think people will care a lot less about winning cash in this game and more about having fun from it. So the thing with Sarah, like I said, is you have a good weekend if you win money, whereas in MFL, it's more like a long-term progression. And you also don't have to necessarily return on players. Say if I bought Muller, he was a player in So Rare, and I bought him for £10, I'd want to earn 10 packs back from him. But I wouldn't. But because there isn't that direct comparison between MFL and between cash and So Rare, I think that's why people aren't as fussed. And I don't think it is within their nature to add cash rewards. You know, there may be tournaments that they do where you win a prize, but that may be like elite level MFL. I think it will always be that you win their currency, you buy their packs, and if you want, you can sell them on. Something else that you can do, which I know some people do, is there is a website called Floaty. And this is something else that a lot of people do, is if we go to MFL packs. So Floaty is a website where you can buy and sell stuff within MFL without it being on the website. So we've got recently listed limited player packs. So obviously the packs that I showed you earlier are on here. We go to store. So you can buy, let's say at the end of the season, I can buy 2 of these limited player packs. I can sell them on Floaty for currently, the cheapest one is being listed here for $19.49, $19.50, so around that. So people can also, if you earn packs, you don't have to open them and chance a player. You can sell the packs for cash. Anything to worry about the Dapper wallet? I don't think it's any more unsafe than anything else. Something to note is, unless you're with, say for example, you're someone that wants to withdraw the cash, there is a fee to withdraw from Dapper. If you're not in the US, I believe. So that is something to be aware of. I don't intend on withdrawing the cash. I kind of just intend to just keep using it, keep having fun with it. You know, maybe if I hit a huge player worth $1,000, I sell them and take the cash out, and obviously pay the fee. But I don't think there is anything. I don't know if they plan to change that to move in house. I couldn't tell you. But this is kind of just like the information that we've got at the moment. But no, I've not had any issues with Dapper, to be honest. Most of the time I don't even go through my Dapper wallet. What I will do is, only if I have funds already in there, obviously that is the case, it is your Dapper wallet. But let's say, for example, I want to buy a player, I don't know, this guy looks really good to me. I go to buy, and then when you click buy, it gives you the option to use your Dapper wallet, like PayPal or your bank card, and I choose to go through PayPal anyway, unless I've already got the funds there. But the only time I would ever load up funds is just for pack drops, which are here. And pack drop events are really, really good fun. Everyone is basically online trying to secure a pack. There was one about a week ago, or last week I should say. The site did crash because there were so many people and they weren't expecting that many people to be on there. But it was just a nice atmosphere. Everyone was chatting on Twitch. I picked up a kickoff pack and a limited pack. I paid $20 for it in total. I sold 2 players for $21. So I made my money back there. There is a 5% fee on every sale you do. But I also packed Leduc, who I think I'm going to keep, and this goalkeeper. So I made profit on that pack. People won't always, it's one of them things. But I don't think the packs are badly priced at all, which is something else that I quite like about the game. But yeah, back to what club you should go for. Some people like the fact that if I was in your position starting again, I would buy the fresh club pack. You can wait until there's a promo and they offer you a starter pack. That's what they did last season. So they did, if you bought the club pack for $80, do well in the league and selling players. Well, if that's your goal, then that's obviously best for yourself. It's whatever you want to do in it. There's so many different strategies you can do, whether that's buy as many players as you can, or buy quality, or loan in quality players and try and get profit that way. I think it's always interesting with that regard. But yeah, what I would say is, my first club, I'm so glad that I bought it fresh. I bought the starter packs as well with it. You don't have to, it's up to you. I just found it enjoyable. I liked having my own players that only I had. And I obviously used my starter players that I got. But equally, you could just spend the money on buying players in off the market. Or you could just loan them. Give away some of your revenue share. You don't obviously have to put real money in. And that's a really good way to do it. The fact there's so many different ways that you can do it is what's really interesting. I'm really, really intrigued to know as well if people are going to, obviously you've got the club. If anybody is going to not put any money in at all, just buy the club and live off loans, live off the rewards that they get and see how they do that way. You're going to buy it fresh. Nice. Yeah, I'd probably do the same if I were you. I like the idea of buying a fresh club, having it as your own, and going from there. But I just think the fact there's so many opportunities. If you were to buy a second club, sure, you can do it whatever way you want. But I think there's so many different opportunities with the game. That's kind of what I like about the clubs. Let me just check what's the time. Bear with me one sec. But yeah, have you got any more questions at all, Michael? because I'm probably going to have to shoot off in a minute, go make my dinner. But if you enjoy the live streams, I'll try and do them more. Even if it's just like an hour and a half, I may do them later during the week. Stream some of my games. Yeah. Let me know if you've got any more questions at all for me. Because I have to pop to the shop. Because the shop I went to was actually... I got there and they're refurbishing it. So I couldn't even buy my dinner. Which isn't fun. But I usually try and do like an hour. Obviously there's no games to watch today. So there's not as much for me to do. An hour and a half or so. So, the teams in So Rare, I think just because it's... I wouldn't say I'm sticking to 3 teams. They're just contender is what I'm... Let me go back to it. Is what I'm doing at the moment. As soon as we get to the new season, I'll probably go back to Prem, La Liga, Bundesliga. Maybe Prem, La Liga, not so much Bundesliga. I don't know. Definitely Prem. Yeah. I just think contender at the moment is what I'm enjoying. I'm not really enjoying MLS, so that's why I've sold out of it. I don't really play it to get a return. I play it to get fun. I did make profit on my investment, which is obviously great. That's not what I tried to do. I just think that if you're going to enjoy putting the funds into MFL more, which is what I do, then that's just what I'm going to do, really. Has the Man United game finished? Did finish 0-0. Oh, so cold in here. Yeah, Argentina is good fun. Fulham beat Liverpool. What? I did not see that. I mean, the title's still over. Is it? I mean, if Arsenal didn't draw every week, they'd be 6 points closer. They'd be on 68, 70. Yeah, it looks close, but I mean, it's as good as done, isn't it? That means that Newcastle are probably favourites to get that 5th place. I wonder how City are going to do without Haaland. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to have to shoot off, go get my dinner, because I'm getting hungry. But yeah, let me know how it is. Obviously, I'll chat to you all in the Discord, as I always do, and drop a couple of videos next week. And I'll probably do a stream or 2 next week. Let me know what days are good, what days you like. But yeah, I will see you later. Have fun, and enjoy the rest of your day.